Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, and welcome to another lesson brought to you by the Institute of Ibn Mandhoor. This lesson, insha'Allah, is going to introduce listeners to the concept of al-i'rab and what we mean when we talk about al-i'rab. Listeners are advised to take notes throughout the lesson, and once completing the listening of the lesson, to listen to it again. So hopefully that will really reinforce the knowledge. Al-i'rabu. Al-i'rabu. What does this word mean? Al-i'rabu. This lesson, or this explanation, is going to be from level 0 upwards. You don't have to have any experience or any previous experience of the Arabic language to understand and to follow what I am saying. Okay? So, if you know what al-i'rabu is, and maybe you just want to top up your knowledge, maybe, or to revise your knowledge, then I think this is going to be quite good for you, because it will prove to be a good, revision for you, just to remind you of the things that you may perhaps have forgotten. Okay, al-i'rabu. In English, this translates to a word called declension. Declension. Now, it sounds nice, yes, but it really doesn't tell us anything about al-i'rab. Okay, al-i'rabu means declension. What does declension mean? No, it still doesn't really tell us too much. So I'm going to explain it a different way. Okay, al-i'rabu is the grammatical breakdown of a particular word, and that grammatical breakdown will give rise to its meaning. Okay, that might have been quite a mouthful, but hopefully as the lesson progresses, you will understand what I mean. And once you've listened to the clip, it's quite advisable to listen to it again with hindsight knowledge. Okay? طيب, a grammatical breakdown of a particular word that gives rise to meaning. Okay, why do we need to grammatically break down something to find out its meaning? Well, let's take an English example. I always believe that, starting off with something that you're familiar with and then moving to, unfamiliar territory is always the way to go, because you have a link, you formed a link. Okay, so let's take a simple verbal sentence in Arabic. Let's take a simple verbal sentence in English. And let's say we say, Muhammad saw Khalid. Muhammad saw Khalid. So Muhammad is the person that is the one that's seeing, and Khalid is the person that was seen. Muhammad saw Khalid. Okay? Understandable? Quite easy. Now what happens if I switch the word order and I said Khalid saw Muhammad? So I've switched Muhammad and Khalid round. First I said Muhammad saw Khalid, and now I'm saying Khalid saw Muhammad. Again, Khalid is now the one that's seeing, and Muhammad is the one that's being seen. So in effect, what I've done, or what I've proved, is that in English, if I play around with the word order, then I've played around with the meaning. So switching Muhammad and Khalid switches the meaning entirely to its opposite. Okay. But in Arabic, that's not the case. If you play around with the word order, it doesn't really have much effect on the meaning itself. Right? So if I said Muhammad saw Khalid or Khalid saw Muhammad, as in I rearrange the order of Muhammad and Khalid and switch them around, in Arabic this will have very little influence on meaning, i.e. the meaning will stay near enough what it was before. So let's take that example in Arabic. If I say Ra'a Muhammadun Khalidan, Ra'a Muhammadun Khalidan, it means Muhammad saw Khalid, because I put Muhammad first, right? Now if I say Ra'a Khalidan Muhammadun, Ra'a Khalidan Muhammadun, I've now put Khalid first, but guess what? It still means Muhammad saw Khalid. So Ra'a Muhammadun Khalidan and Ra'a Khalidan Muhammadun are exactly the same thing in terms of meaning. Strange? Should be, for those of you that haven't encountered this language before or haven't encountered any of the other Semitic languages. So the question you should be shouting out to yourselves now is, well, hold on a minute. If word order doesn't really matter in Arabic, how do you know what it means? How do you know? If both sentences mean Muhammad saw Khalid, then how can I possibly say Khalid saw Muhammad? Where is meaning coming from then, if it's not word order? And it's the perfect question, well, of a perfect student, right? Of an inquisitive student. You'd ask, where is the meaning coming from? And the meaning is this. Meaning, in terms of Arabic, it comes out from the grammatical breakdown of a particular word. Remember how I defined al-i'rabu? I said al-i'rabu is the grammatical breakdown of a particular word which gives rise to meaning. Alright. Now in terms of Arabic grammar, it is only concerned with the vowel on the final letter of a word. I'll say that again. Arabic grammar is only concerned with the final vowel on the final letter of a particular word. So let's take a word we're all familiar with. Bayton. Bayton, a house. Now the last letter is the ta, and what's the vowel on the ta? The dhamma. Okay, we don't really care if it's one dhamma or two dhamma, but the fact that it's a dhamma, not a fatha or not a kasra. Okay, it's a dhamma. So this is where the grammar comes from. Is it al-baytu with a fath, with a dhamma? Is it al-bayta with a fatha, or is it al-bayti with a kasra? Depending on what it is, that will tell me what it means. Okay? That is what tells me as the reader what is being said in that sentence. Okay? So if you quickly go back to our example before, and I said Ra'a Muhammadun Khalidan. I'll say that again. Ra'a Muhammadun Khalidan. The Muhammadun has a dhamma on the end. Khalidan has a fatha on the end. So that's, and I said that meant Muhammad saw Khalid. And then I switched the order and I said Ra'a Khalidan Muhammadun. Ra'a Khalidan Muhammadun. Did you notice? Muhammadun is still with a dhamma, and Khalidan is still with a fatha. So you see how word order doesn't really matter now, because meaning is in that last vowel. Okay? And this is what al-i'rab is. Al-i'rab is what tells me as the reader the function of a particular word in the sentence. Without it, I don't know what the meaning or the function of that word is. Okay, and how does it tell me the function or the meaning? Well, it does that via showing me the final vowel on the final letter of the word. So let's look at our example before. Ra'a Muhammadun Khalidan, which meant Muhammad saw Khalid. Muhammadun has a dhamma on the dal. So this tells me that Muhammad is the doer. He is the one that has seen Khalid. If we switch it around and say Ra'a Khalidan Muhammadun, then it's the same thing. The dal of Muhammad still retains the dhamma, which shows me he is the doer, i.e. the one that is seeing. So therefore the sentence is still the same in terms of meaning. Muhammad saw Khalid. So as you can appreciate, i'rab signifies meaning and not word order. And with that, inshaAllah, I will close. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Arabic by the Institute of Ibn Mandhoor.